Hi. This will be a fun experiment we're going to do today. I want to ask 7 essential evaluative questions about different worship styles. In particular, we're going to compare traditional or even high church worship with contemporary worship music. I'll ask these questions. We'll look at some brief video footage and make some comparisons, and hang in there until we get to the end where we can pull it together. Okay, you ready? The first question has to do with environment. What is the building itself? What does the interior of the building say about the relationship of God and people? How is God's presence represented by the things that you see? Because this is worship. Somebody's thought through it and wanted to be consistent with that. What about the lighting? What about the stage layout? How are all those things reflecting the relationship of God with people? Second set of questions has to do with the leader. There is a worship leader somewhere, and how is that person dressed? How do they make eye contact? What is their relationship with the people? What is their physical relationship with God? How do they lead us by the gestures and the things that they do into the presence of God? What kind of vocabulary do they use if and when they talk to people?
Good morning again. Today we are going to be singing our call to worship, so would you please stand as you are able and turn to your Faith We Sing book, page 2031, and this will be We Bring the Sacrifice of Praise.
The next thing we want to look at is the words themselves, the lyrics of the songs, or the words that are being said or recited. Who, first of all, is speaking to whom? Is it I as an individual, or is it we as a collective body? And are we talking to God directly, or are we talking about God, declaring things that we know about Him? What are the theological implications of our vocabulary? Is it formal vocabulary, or is it informal? Next is theology. I would be more comfortable saying relationship. How do we depict our relationship with God? Is God other, or is He present and active? Are we expecting Him to be here in the moment, or are we celebrating His past actions and events? What are the theological or relational implications of how we talk about God? Next, we want to look at the music itself. And I guess the central question is, what is the definition of excellence in music for this particular culture? So we're listening for the instruments that are being used. How heavy or thick is the instrumentation? We're listening to the range and the loudness or dynamics. We're paying attention to the tempo as well as the rhythm that's being sung. And we're asking ourselves, how are musicians viewed in this culture? Are they one of us, or are they somehow set apart in some way? So lastly, I'd just like to ask the question, so why do people choose one of these options. Millions of people have said, this is real worship. This is the way that I view my relationship with God. This best represents how I think about how God and people interact. I resonate with this. And this is why. This is the positive side.
And life is worth the living just because He lived. Our God is the Lion of Judah. He's roaring with power and fighting our battles. And every knee will bow before Him. Our God is the Lamb that was slain for the sins of the world. His blood breaks the chains, and every knee will bow before the Lion.
May God bless you in your relationship with Him, and may you worship Him in spirit and in truth.